The door closed. The candles burned low. And inside that royal chamber, something happened so unexpected that no one ever described it plainly. Not the king, not the court, not even history itself. Tonight, you'll hear the story of a royal wedding meant to secure power, heirs, and stability. Instead, it produced a silence so complete that an entire marriage slowly disappeared while still officially intact. This is not rumor. It is not mockery. It is a documented royal union that failed almost immediately. And what caused that failure reveals more about fear, authority, and human vulnerability than any war or revolution ever could. The king did not marry for love. He married because he had to. His reign required legitimacy. His advisors required continuity. Foreign courts required reassurance. This marriage was meant to secure the future. The bride was young, sheltered, prepared meticulously for ceremony, etiquette, and obedience. She was trained to smile, to stand, to speak when spoken to, but nothing prepared her for the psychological weight of that night. Everything depended on appearances. The vows were exchanged. The court applauded. The kingdom celebrated. And when the last guest withdrew, the most important part of the marriage began, without witnesses. What happened next is never described directly. That alone should tell you something. Instead of detail, historical records offer distance. They speak of an incident, a moment of distress, a failure brought on by fear. The bride, overwhelmed, terrified, and under immense pressure, lost control in a way that was entirely human. Nothing immoral occurred. Nothing violent. Nothing intentional. But in a royal bedchamber, humanity was not acceptable. And here's what makes this worse. No one involved ever denied what happened. There was no attempt to rewrite the night as successful. There was only silence. History trains us to expect outrage, punishment, humiliation, public scandal. None of that happened. The king did not shout. No servants were summoned in alarm. No physicians were called to examine the bride. Instead, something far stranger occurred. The king withdrew, not angrily, not dramatically, quietly. The following morning appeared normal. Breakfast was served, schedules resumed, court life continued, but subtle changes rippled through the palace. The king avoided proximity. The queen was treated with careful formality. Advisors noticed, servants noticed, and though no one dared speak openly, everyone understood something had gone wrong. Not loudly, irreversibly. Weeks passed, then months. Public appearances continued. Ceremonial duties were fulfilled, but intimacy never returned. This was not separation by law. It was separation by absence. The queen was not accused, not punished, not dismissed, which made her isolation complete. Without blame, there could be no forgiveness. Most people assume this marriage failed because of disgust. That assumption is wrong. This was not about revulsion. It was about control. The king had commanded armies, issued decrees, shaped the fate of thousands. But in that room, authority failed. The human body did not obey expectation. And for a ruler whose power depended on order, discipline, and certainty, that failure was intolerable. To acknowledge what happened would require admitting vulnerability. To address it openly would invite ridicule and weaken the crown. So the king chose denial, not loud denial, not dramatic rejection, but the quiet kind. The kind that removes intimacy while preserving appearances. The marriage survived on paper, but nowhere else. Years passed. No children were born. Courts whispered carefully. Foreign envoys observed quietly. Succession, once assumed, became uncertain, and uncertainty is dangerous for any monarchy. A private moment left unresolved had become a strategic weakness, not because of scandal, because of silence. History preserves the king's perspective. The bride's voice is missing, and that absence speaks volumes. She fulfilled every expectation placed upon her. She followed every instruction. She endured ceremony without complaint. And when fear overwhelmed her body, as it sometimes does under unbearable pressure, she lost her future. No exile, no condemnation, just a lifetime of polite abandonment. The tragedy here was not the incident. It was the refusal to forgive it. Power demands perfection, but humans cannot provide it. And when authority refuses to accept that truth, it isolates itself, even behind palace walls. Why did no one step in? Because courts survive on silence, advisors protect stability, servants protect survival, and monarchies protect appearances above all else. So the story vanished from conversation, but not from consequence. This marriage did not fail loudly. It failed quietly, not because of scandal, but because power could not tolerate vulnerability. The king never divorced his queen, never denounced her, but he erased intimacy completely. And in doing so, he revealed something unsettling. Authority is most fragile when confronted with what it cannot control. Within a decade, questions of succession divided the court, not because of war, not because of rebellion, but because of one silent night that no one dared explain. History remembers kings as conquerors and lawmakers, but sometimes history turns on a closed door, a moment of fear, and a silence that lasts a lifetime. Because even crowns cannot command the human condition, and some silences shape dynasties more than any decree ever could.